Okay, so let's have a look at this job we're coming here to today. We're going to do this brick wall here. She wants it flat, solid plaster, don't want to use plasterboard, build it out too far, it's weak and all the rest of it. So, she had another quote of someone else, which would be a free visit job, which would be to come here and sand and cement it, and then all the rest of it, free visits. And then you'd have to take, well, he said he'd have to take off all the cornice, all the woodwork, probably break the skirting, and that's basically your only option. But it's not that anyone's trying to rip you off, it's just that, like I say, that's the only options you've got here. You've got to do it like that. But it's not the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in English plaster, British gypsum, no need to take anything off. This one's brilliant because it's got a top key on it. You see the nice gap in the brickwork there, so it's a brilliant key to that. This gear here, this is the base coat I'm going to use. So it's designed to be trowelled over. You can top coat that or skim it with that stuff in 2 hours. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw a handful of cement in with it and make it even less time than that. It'll probably be rock solid that in an hour. So there's going to be no mess, no sanding. I'm going to mix it out here. You'll notice what I've also done is I've got some clean water and I've actually started mixing the finishing coat first thing, and then that way that'll dry even quicker. So I've just left that there in clean water. I'll just leave that for about 2 hours, and then when I do come to skim it, it'll make that even quicker. So half the time on this job I'm probably just going to be waiting around for it to dry, and then when I'm done it'll just be a brilliant solid, almost like a sheet of glass. You'll notice there'll be no mess even and no sanding. We don't want to get any dirt anywhere. Okay, let's get cracking. Right, just one more thing to point out. You'll note that I'm mixing outside, so there's absolutely no mess whatsoever. All my gear comes pre-mixed in that bag, and with the strength of the dollar it actually works out cheaper for me to bring this stuff here from England than any other options you've got here. Isn't that weird, eh? Okay, just a quick video, see how thick we're putting it on here. See if I can set this camera up. If that was easy to see, but as you can see I've just worked right to that skirting. See that? I don't even need to move it. Same on the side there, it'll just turn out perfect when I'm done. Okay, so I did this video at 9:29, it's now 9:59. Or even 9:49 I think, probably about half an hour ago. We've got our wall on already. So, tiny little bit of mess there. Probably the only reason why I dropped any was because there was a nail sticking out of the wall that I didn't see. It was there and I kept it in it. So I'll probably be waiting around now for about an hour and a half for this to dry. So what I'll do is I'll clean up, I'll get rid of any splashes anywhere. I'll make it spotless. And I'm going to put a keying coat on this next, so the next coat, keys to it, and it'll also flatten it off. That's what I'm going to do now. Let's have a time check. Just over an hour since it started. And there's that all. That's base coat now. Just leave that to dry. Move that dust sheet. Dust sheet outside. I'm going to go and hose that down now. I don't want to keep it there, otherwise you stand on the stuff and walk it everywhere. And as you can see, that base coat it's nearly gone solid, so it's going off already. So normally it takes 2 hours to dry, but because I put a handful of cement in with it, this will be ready to be skimmed in about an hour. Okay, 2 hours since we started. It's had an hour to dry out. You can see. Rock solid, ready to be skimmed that now. Okay, just troweling up our wall. Here's an added bonus, see this stuff? Gypsum. It's actually good for the garden. You could buy this in garden centres. For the dirty water, just put it in the garden, it's good for it. Added bonus, gardening for free. Oh, here we are, we're done. Let's have a look at the finish on that. Look at that, eh? Now I need to take the cornice off, or the wood, and you can just paint that like a piece of glass.